In the morning, we covered. Okay, let's start. Okay, object literal and construct function. Here, this is the left side is object literal. Whenever we use object create, the value you give to the create is going to be a parent of this rabbit. Okay, and if later on you want to add more methods, suppose I want to add another method to be shared by all the derived object from the animal, you should add on the animal itself. Okay, suppose I want to add a sleep method, you should add on animal, then rabbit long ear will inherit from that. And it's different from construct function, because construct function, when we create user 1, user 2 here, we are not inherit from function user. We are inherit from what's thing? User.prototype. So later on, if I want to have a method added and it's available for user 1 and user 2, you have to add on user.prototype. Don't add on user. If I add user, nothing will happen. Okay. Here's the thing. I will explain. Okay, when you add, and the new construct function is kind of like object create on the prototype plus run the construct function, which is when we use new, you actually is like doing what? You are actually doing like this thing. Do I have user here? Oh, yes, we have user here. When we new user, right? It's actually doing two things. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this one will do what? This one make you John point to u.prototype, which will make this link. We'll make John this link point to here. Okay, and then plus what? This new user, okay, will equals to this one plus execute the code in the user, which will do this one. And meanwhile, it's gonna be executed this line, because when we do this line, you will only have what's thing? You will only have empty object. Okay, and we know John gonna have what's thing? Name John is admin true, right? So we'll plus execute the code in the user. We're gonna execute this code. So we're gonna have name John and the thing. Okay. If you understand, understand. If you don't understand, just don't understand. Fine. Okay. That hurts. We finished. Okay. Native prototypes. The prototype property is only exist inside the function constructor. What that means? Here, do I have animal.prototype? Do I have animal.prototype? No, because if it has any prototype, you should have something called a prototype here. Okay. Okay. Only function has a prototype. Okay. So the prototype property is widely used to in core Java, like all built-in construct function, like a new number, new string, new date, array. Those are all have a prototype. And then we have a slides later. So you can also add a new for adding new capability to the built-in object. You can define your own filter map those functions by yourself. Then you override using array.prototype. Suppose you want to add your own filter, right? You're using array.prototype.filter. You implement your own filter, okay? And here, suppose I use a let object equals this one, empty object. I do a lot, okay? You will see obj, this string, right? Who is giving you a string? Yes, because inside our object.prototype, we have a toString method. Because when we do object, when we do alert, here, if it just give me 2 breaths, we say oh. But when we do the alert obj, you will have what's then? You will have this string here, right? So where is this string? Who created this string? And any method, where is the code generated this thing, right? It have a toString method. And where is the toString method? Guess. Yes, object prototype. Do you remember when we draw this thing? When we draw animal, what's the parent of animal? Object prototype. It's not in object, right? Okay, this in object prototype. Let's prove it. Okay. They should have a toString method. Okay, it's from here. And the parent of this one is object prototype. It's not in object. Okay. Object prototype. Object, if we create object literal, is the same as use a new object, which is this is a class. You can think also consider as a construct function. Okay, object is a built-in construct function. Prototype has a huge toString and other things, like has own property. Do you remember? It's also inside object prototype. And when new object, this one is called or create object literal, the prototype is it will have a thing. The prototype, when we create this empty object, right, it's gonna have a prototype, right? The prototype was to be object prototype, okay? And the toString is inside that. That's why when we use alert, you will have the thing, okay? What that mean? It means, yeah, when we write let obj1 equals empty object, it will be equals to obj2 new object. Okay, because when new object, it will still give us an empty object, which is gonna be, this is our obj2, right? What is this one point to? And based on this object, create this obj2. What's the parent? It's going to object dot prototype, right? Prototype, right?
Yes.
And here we will have has own property, those things. toString has own properties, has own property, which is a function, and the toString method, okay, is a function. And here we have a prototype. And here is none, right? Right? And when we do object literal, obj1, do you remember the first time I create animal? Here, prototype. It also point to here, right? The reason is because when you create this way or this way, that's same. And it's same as you create using new. And when we create new, we are point to object prototype. So when we use the object literal, it will still point to object prototype, not the object. Understand? Okay, if we don't understand, we can prove, okay? Obj. Oh, this object is empty object, right? We will do like this way. Obj dot proto, because I cannot directly using what's the prototype, okay? Equal obj object. You will get false because its parent is not object. The parent is object dot prototype. Which
That prototype is a property of an object, you mean?
Yes, this one is a property of object. Okay. Because we cannot directly using this one. This one is a parent. It's hidden. That's why I'm using this one. This is actually a setter and a getter. When you see this one all lowercase, no, without a bracket, it means property name is called a prototype, and this object must become a function, construct function. Okay. Suppose here I define function. This function will also have a prototype here. Okay, all function will have prototype. Okay, that's why. That's not why. I made a mistake. I was thinking function. So this is a function, right? Proto. It's true. because all the function you define, their parent is a function of the prototype. And in function data prototype, it has those. I have to cancel the DRR, okay? Because when we do a function, we can use a bind, right? We can use apply bind. What are they? They are in functional prototype. Can you see? Bind, call, what's the apply? Okay. That's why when we use function, we can use the functional bind and call, because all the functions parent is a functional prototype, and those methods in functional prototype. Built in like here. Suppose I have array. Array is parent, like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is array, right? Array's parent is array.prototype. Like all the push pop, those methods are all in array.prototype. Filter map reduce. And array.prototype is an object. When it's an object, the prototype is what thing? Object prototype. And the parent of object prototype is none. And same thing is here. Function parent is functional prototype. And it has call, apply, bind. And functional prototype is an object. All things dot prototype, which is all lowercase prototype, is an object. So its parent is object prototype. Okay, it's gonna like a number. Its parent is number of prototype. This one is object. So parent is object prototype. Also have a hierarchy. See, take a look at it. The array parent is array prototype. The parent is object prototype. Two strings here, right? So when you consult the DRR, you will see different things here, because I intentionally leave this slide here, the right side, the picture here, to show you long time ago. Let me show you now, okay, the difference, okay. You will see here is a prototype, right? Long time ago, it's using this thing, proto. Okay, I intentionally put it here, okay, just show you browser change it. So anyway, it can just show you array's parent. This is my array. Array's parent is array.prototype. See here, I have concat, filter, map, reduce, all the things here. That is belongs to array.prototype, and array.prototype parent is what? Object.prototype. See here, has own property. Do you get me? See here, well, let's do, okay, let's do one more time, okay. I'll test you one more time, okay. So this is my array, right? Okay. Okay, this thing, right? Inside here, you have what's in filter map reduce, right? And in order to prove, we can do like this way. If array false, because its parent is what? Prototype. You will see true. And now I do this one. Proto. This one talking about arrays parent and parent. Okay, which is actually is what? Array prototype dot parent. If we use object, we're gonna fail. False, not a fail, okay. And it's gonna become what? Prototype. Okay, which is array. This one's parent is object or prototype. See here. Finish. Construct function are helpful when we need to create many similar objects. They can be used in establishing prototype, relation, and underlying JavaScript classes. Okay. Why we don't use the construct function while we add a class? The difficult part is so far we only have one level of inheritance. See here, this one we only do what? The John is a pair. The John is derived. John is inherited from user.prototype, right? Suppose I wanted to have the relationship like this one. I have a person, and then I have employee, then I have staff, okay, or professor, okay. So I have 3 levels, right? You can try to do by yourself. Okay, I don't know you choose. Okay, then you're gonna do lots of things, do extra things when use construct function. Okay, that's why we will have class tomorrow. Okay, class tomorrow going to be similar like you did in Java.
There are multiple inheritance.
Yes, no, that's no multiple. JavaScript, Java is same single inheritance. You cannot inherit from multiple things because think about it. How many prototype you can do? You only have one. Then you can only point to one thing. You cannot point to two things. Okay, single inheritance. Great, we are done. And you have a homework you can do today, you can do tomorrow, you can do after the midterm exam. Okay, it's your choice because it's not in the exam. Okay, so it's in the exam, but not related to this question. Okay, not related to the homework question. Okay, so homework you have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. Okay. And the difficult one probably is this one, linked list, a little bit think, okay? And if you don't know how to do it, you can watch my solution. Let me show you my solution, okay? Solution is here, lab solution. And you take a look at here. Okay, this is my solution, okay? Okay. Yes. That's why I give to Sunday to submit, okay? Don't submit my solution, okay? Because that's my. Now let's take a look at about midterm exam. Okay. Don't need to record anything. I will give you give you the thing too. Okay. First, let's take a look at the exam policy. You can take a rest. It's the same. I copied here. The thing is, it's a closed book exam, which means you cannot bring papers, you cannot bring books, you cannot bring laptops, you cannot bring your friend to be here, okay? Okay, it should be your own work, okay? So the thing, while we're taking the exam, we are going to mix with the professor class, okay? We cannot use the Adobe Hall because they told us they're gonna have something else. So we are going to use Verilcall 47 and 48. Don't try to do something which is not good, okay? If you do like you speak with the friends in other language, you are not allowed to talk. The only person you can talk is talk to me, okay? No one else, okay? Then you get NC. I want to give you a warning. If I see you talk with your friend, you are just get NC because I don't know what you are trying to. I don't understand, okay? Then I will think you are sharing the answers, okay? If you just do by yourself, everything is fine, okay? Answers. When you write answers, you can write A using anything, okay? Like using marker, crayons, anything you like. Just don't use a red pen because I will use red color to grades, okay? And if you bring your pencils, I probably suggest you bring pencils because if your answer is wrong, you can erase it, okay? If you bring pencils, bring your own eraser. I don't like it. Can I borrow your eraser? You know, you're disturbing others, okay? Bring your everything by yourself, okay? Like sharpener, eraser. If you want to have a ruler or dice to roll to get your answer, bring it, okay? You are not allowed. I won't bring. Okay, I won't bring anything. So don't allow to borrow from your friends, okay? If you have mobile phones, turn off. Then put it in the front, okay? If you have more than one. You got me? Don't keep one in your pocket, okay? Put all of them in the front, okay? You can use the restroom, okay? But if you use the restroom, no phones in your pocket, okay? And not allowed once a student submit a paper because I don't follow you go to the restroom. So if one already submitted that paper, then he or she hide in the restroom and trying to share the answer with you, I cannot catch it, okay? So no one allowed to go outside once a student submit their paper, okay? If you want to drink water, bring your own water, okay? There's another one. There's no extra papers we'll give it to you because when I give you exam, I will only print the answer questions in this page and the back page is always empty. So you can use the back page to draft, okay? The problem is what happened? Previously, I give them the extra papers. The student will put all my questions in the papers and take it home. So next time I cannot reuse the questions. Okay. Not allowed. Okay. So you put all the things. Oh, here's a very important. Only one answer, one question. Don't give me multiple answers to choose. Okay. If you give me, I will using the lowest one. Okay. Suppose one correct, one is half correct, and the other one is nothing correct. I'll give you 0. Okay. Give me one answer, one question. Okay. If we have program question, right? Program question, you have to write JavaScript code. Don't give me pseudocode or comments like I will do this, I will do this, and it's gonna work. Okay, doesn't work. Okay. And you can ask me any question in the exam, like, okay, professor, I forgot the syntax of this. If it's field map reduce, I'll say, sorry, I don't know. If other things like a toString, I say, okay, I do just code toString. Okay. Okay, the answer is no. Like a field map reduce, you have to understand, you have to master by yourself. And if some weird things, I will tell you. Okay. And don't worry if you have one comma missing. Don't worry, I won't be that strict. Okay, you got me? Oh, you are saying, Professor, is this correct? I don't know. Okay. Try to make sure write your answer clearly. Okay, this one I'll remove it. Okay. Normally I will try my best to read it. Okay. And here's the thing. Suppose you have a question in the exam you don't understand. Okay. Please ask me during the exam. Don't claim like, oh, professor, the question I don't understand. Okay. Then after I go over the solutions, you got me? Okay. If you don't understand the question about it, ask me during the exam. If you ask me after the exam, I don't accept. Okay. So now let's take a look at the exam. Exam gonna be this Saturday, right? Yeah, this Saturday, 2.5 hours, like arrive 5 minutes earlier, so we can start on time. If you don't arrive 5 minutes, if you arrive 10 minutes later, you lose 10 minutes, okay? I don't extend the time. The location gonna be very hall 7A and B. I will take your name tags. I put the name tags on the seat. You find your name tags to seat. Okay. Normally I will divide you and your friend using another country's person there. You know what I mean? Like if I have 2 Chinese, I'll divide one with like from Ethiopia or other countries. Okay. So you and your friend want to sit in like close together. We're gonna have 10 questions on multiple choice. Multiple choice, which means the options is multiple, but the answer is only one. You got me? We had a student before, because he has a multiple choice, which means multiple solution. No, only one. Okay. Only one correct answer. Okay. Got me? And if you think it has 2 answers correct, that means you are wrong. Okay. Only one. Okay. No answer is 2 answers. Okay. Okay. And I'm very generous. See here, you're gonna have 1 question on relative URL. All right. You have 2 questions on HTML, 1 question on CSS, and have 6 questions on JS. These 2 I will show you. 2 of them are related to this one. Do you remember we have 2 types of execution context? The thing. 2 questions is going to relate to this one, which is I give you this a piece of code, right? And I will give you the question like this way. I will have options. You choose the correct one. You got me? Or if you don't get me, I will give you example later to you. Okay. Okay, this one. Why am I? Okay, not this one. This. No. Why is it? Oh, here. And the others is JavaScript, like closure and others. Okay, like a function, those things. Okay. Should I answer questions like a CSS specification? I will give it to you. See this exercise. Okay, I'll give you a piece of code. I'll give you which is this one. Yes. Color and background. Like this one. Okay, and that is this question. Okay, but not exactly the same one. Okay, you understand me, right? Okay. Anyway, what I'm gonna do, if you have the question, completely wrong, I will give you some points, okay? Basically, if you don't know the answer, don't leave it empty. If empty, 0. If you write a single word, like a half point, how about? If 3, I'll give you 1.5. Regular expression, you're gonna have 2 questions, which means 2 regular expression you have to write. Okay, total is 4 points. Regular expression like this way. Like 1 and 2, okay? GS filter map reduce, 哪题吗？Whitest fill, is this one? Okay, this one. Similar like this one. I give you some test, but in the exam you have to write a function. Okay, return the result. You define function, no matter function parameter, function expression or function construct, function declaration or function expression. You decide, or error function you decide. Okay. Then I will ask you pass some argument. Then you return the result. And in the result, how to get a result? You will use the filter map reduce those things. And if you forget to do the content, suppose in the array we use includes, right? But you use contents, right? I will consider you are correct, okay? But if it's a filter, you use a map. That's wrong. Understand me? Okay. Execution context. Execution context, you're gonna have 1 question, which is going to be like this way. Assignments in the assignments, okay. Execution context, this one. You're going to, I will give you a piece of code. You tell me what's the output in the console. It has error or the thing, and the order matters, okay. The order, well, this one executed first, this one executed second, right? So you have to have answer this one first, this one answer second.
So you don't have to write.
No, that's no. I just need the yes. I just need the answer. Okay. And if you put it there, I want to look at it. Okay. You got me? Just give me the answer. Okay. But for if you don't know the answer, you draw it then to figure out the answer. And if you can read it, because some students they don't need to draw, they can know the answers. Then you can just answer. This keyword, we will go over later. Okay, which is look like here. This keyword. Not as difficult as this one. This one is a little bit difficult, okay? And I'll give you a piece of code, and see here, I will provide you some code. You tell me what's gonna happen in the console. Is it gonna have error or what's the output, okay? Then you will fix using 2 of them, okay? Because when we use call and apply, you have to use wrapper, right? You can, I just say, I will, in the exam, you will read it, okay? I will say, fix it, use 2 ways. 1 way, 2 way, I'll tell you which 2 ways you have to use, okay? Okay, basically, if you understand all of them, that's no problem in the exam, okay?
When you say what will happen in the console, it means we must know it will be
Uh,
defined or
yo.
it's an error.
Which means, suppose if you have error, just give me it is throw error.
Or if it's undefined.
Yes, undefined is not undefined. Undefined, you have to say print undefined. Okay. Error or print undefined or print something else. You got me? Okay. Either error or verse the value is being printed, no matter undefined or none all the things. You got me? Okay. Prototype inheritance, you already see lots of them, which gonna be look like. I'll give you a piece of code, okay?
Mhm.
You draw the diagram for me. That's it. Okay. I'll give you this. Yeah, you draw it.
Like this.
Yes, like this. We are paper-based exam, so you don't need this one. Okay. I'll give you a piece of code. You draw this part. Okay. Any question on this one? Very clear, right?
Yes.
Oh, Dan has a question.
Oh,
Oh, you don't have a question? Okay. I'll give you this thing, okay? You don't need to make a copy, okay? Now let's continue on review. Last time we finished till, what's the constructor? What is the constructor?
Function constructor.
We have in.
Here.
prototype.
Here. Oh, here. Okay. I'll provide some code. This code can be object created, can be construct function.
So it's just drawing the code, it's not writing.
No, no writing. Just draw. Just I'll give you this piece of code. The piece of code can be construct function, can be object literal. You got me? Can be together, can be one of them. Okay, then you draw this thing. You got me? Understand? Okay.
Can you share this, what is this?
This the
OneNote file?
Oh yeah, of course. I will share with you later. Okay, after I finish everything. Oh, it's in the slides. The slides also have everything, but I will share with you. Don't worry. Last time we finished this part, right? We will continue here. Okay, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lecture 6. Okay. Week 2 review. Lecture 6. Okay. Lecture 6. Let me go over lecture 6. What's the thing? What is resources? Lecture 6. Skip. Okay. All the global objects skip. Okay, no questions. Lecture 6, you have to just just the 4 questions. Okay, this one, okay, and one more on closure. Okay, I want to ask you what is execution context. Okay, there's no theory question on this one. Just you have just need to understand there's no like you have to understand creation phase and execution phase in order to do this question. Okay, we will go over.
No true or false question. Not true or false.
No, only multiple choice. Okay. Lexical environment. I want to ask you what's you have to when in the multiple choice you have to deal with what's inside the lexical environment. Okay. And this thing not in the exam, just to make sure you understand what's inside here. And like these details, okay. Scope chain, you have to understand what is scope chain, okay. And how to do it. Nested function, you definitely understand because we have one question in closure, okay. What is nested? Let me just say this one. Let me wait for a second, okay. To 13. Page 1 to 13. Not in the exam. Okay. And then this part all related to the other questions. Okay. Scope, the inner function. Those are all related to what? All related to this question and these 2 questions. Okay. What I have scored all related to this question, which is what's and this one I will see in a minute. And the closure, there's one multiple choice in the closure. Closure. CLOSURE, one multiple choice. And you have to understand what is closure and how closure is happened is when we return a function, right? When we have inner function and we return it, it's gonna have closure, okay? And in closure, it may have a free variable. And what you return an inner function. If you return a function, in this case, you want to create a closure, okay? Where's my midterm exam? Okay. Like a closure. Suppose you have function f. I have another function g. I return f. In this case, you won't have closure because your function f is in global. It won't have closure. The closure happening like this way. Inside it, you return. Gonna have closure. Understand me? Got it? Yeah. In this case, it won't create a closure. Okay. Only when you have a nested function, gonna have closure.
If you call G,
G like this way?
Yeah.
Then do we call G here? When we call G, you return F. Then if you do like this way, you're gonna have what's thing? You're gonna have a infinite loop. Okay, you cannot do it. You can do it, but if I do like this way, you're gonna have infinite loop. But if I only do like this way, it's fine because you just return F. I don't do anything. When I have another brace, you're gonna return F. This is gonna become the F, right? And F in the F, I make a call, right? You're gonna execute a G. G gonna return F call. Got me? And the JavaScript is not what? JavaScript is a lexical scope, which means based on the source code. It doesn't depend on where you call the function. Depends on the source code where you put it. So if the scope of F decided by the where you call, that's called dynamic scope. And JavaScript and Java are all lexical scope based on the source code. We also need to understand that the closure have what's in free variables. So in this case, what's a free variable? Why? Okay, because Z is what? Z is a parameter passed to this function, right? When you pass a parameter as a function or define a local variable, we don't consider as a free variable. And all the things we have to also exclude what? The variables defined in the global scope. Okay, so only Y here. Okay. No. X is in the global. We don't consider global variable as a free variable. We only because that's a difference between Java here. Okay, X is not a global variable. It's sorry, X is not free variable because X is in the global. How do you do? How want you? Like X and Y? Which line you want to change? Here is Y. Yes, you can do. When you do like this one, it's gonna shadow on the full one. You want to using this one. No, it won't use Y. Let's use 10, 20. You take a look at the what's the result? 21 is not it's not 11. Why? Because if I have my own, I want to use my closure one. Okay. I have a local variable in the Y in this function, right? Called Y, right? When I have my own, why should I use the closure one? Okay. Variable you're talking about whenever in this function you use some variable, and that variable is not part of the global, is not part of your local lexical environment, then that variable is free variable. Which means it's not defined here, it's not defined here. Okay. If I do like this way, then if you want to use this one, do I use this one? Okay. Okay. But I mean, if you have your own, why should I use your parent one? It means a variable not defined, not here, and not here. Then it can be for variable. Of course, if you use it, okay, that's a free variable. Right. Okay, this one, closure, okay. Code block, still in the, for loop is not inside the exam, okay. I don't do, this is too difficult to draw. Okay. Bare code block, you have to understand what this one doing. Old var, which is inside this or this question, okay. If it not in the exam, choose 35. How can I just wrote 35? You understand, right? 35, okay. Street mode not in the exam. I think no. Oh, let's put it here. I forgot. Just strict, okay. You still know what you're doing, right? Timers, all of them are related to this keyword. Set time out, this keyword question, okay. And I only test the set time out, this keyword question, okay. I will just make it here. Set time out. Only set time out. Only set time out related to with this keyword, okay? No others. Okay. So when you see set time out, it is related to that this keyword, which is here, no other places. Okay. Now let's go over the solution. Go over the solution of assignments and also the exercise. What's the one is this one? You want what's the value being printed? I'll give you this piece of code. Then you give me the output here, okay? And then you will see, okay, what's the value here? We'll see x undefined, y 30, and x 10, y 30. That's it, okay? Then you got a full credit. Okay, let's see, okay. Undefined 30, undefined 30, right? The point here is what? Let's draw the lexical environment if you don't know, okay? If you don't know the answer, draw it, okay? And if you know the answer, no need to draw. Okay. Let's practice more. I will put it in another slide, in another one, so we know what we are doing. Guys, take a look at. We will have a lexical environment, which is like this one, which is global, right? Global. Did you guys forget? Hoisting, okay? Or called the creation phase. And we're going to have lexical environment. What do we have? B, function, and Y, undefined. Okay. And here we are going to have TDZ. TDZ is X, right? Then we'll have outer. No, okay. And then we are going to have what's thing? B, or exclude the function, right? Oh, sorry, I made it too early. Exclude the function and change X to add X to 20. So we'll have X is 20 and I have Y the 40. Y is 40, right? Then we go to already execution phase, okay? Already execute 3 lines. Then we do B, right? Do I have B? Yes, it's a function, right? If it's not a function, you get it. Something is not a function, okay? Because I'm executing a function, right? Okay, you get an error if not a function. I have a B, function execution context start from creation phase. Lexical environment, what do I have? A function and have X undefined and have Y in TDZ, right? y, right? I have y here, right? Y here, okay. And we have arguments. Arguments, which is the length is 0. And have outer is global, right? Okay. And then we're going to go to execution phase. Execution, I have y is 30. So add y is 30 here and execute a, right? Do I have a? Yes, I have a. Oh, it's a function, so I can call it. Okay. So I call it, I will have a execution context creation phase. Creation lexical environment. What do we have? Have arguments, right? Arguments, which is the length 0 and have a outer is what? B, exactly. Okay, and that's it, right? And then we go to execution phase. Execution phase, console log x and console log y, right? X, do I have x? No. I'll go to my parent B. Do I have x? Yes, x is undefined. So here the output is undefined. And y, do I have y? No. But my parent, this one, I have 30, right? So I have 30, okay? So later on, I will do var x equal 10, right? Oh, sorry, my function popped out, right? Finished, see here. After I console log finished, right? Finished, I have to do the pop out. So pop out. When I pop out, then we are going to do what? We are going to do this line, right? Resume to here, which is x10. So I can have x is 10 here. Then I will do console log x and y. Do I have x? Yes, it's 10. Do I have y? Yes, y is 30. So then my function b finished, right? Then I pop out. Okay, then I don't have any more after function b, I pop out. So eventually gonna have undefined 30, 10, 30. This is gonna be, in the exam, you will see something called order matters. What that mean? Suppose you give me 10, 30, undefined, 30. This is the correct answer, right? If you give me like this way, this is wrong answer.
What about 30 and define 32?
We're also wrong. Okay. You have to be exactly same, because if you give me 30, 10, I will think x is 30, y is 10. You know what I mean? So it must be like this way. Any question on this one? No. Okay, then we do this one, okay? We do this one. I will, why I'm okay, I put it here. Yeah. I look like this way. Let me put it inside the Visual Studio Code, okay? Oh, the reason is because I have a duplicated. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Still start with global. If you don't know the answer, suppose I'm trying to figure out, okay, oh, is this too difficult? Then just draw it, okay? When you apply the rules, you will never get it wrong, okay? But if you just guess, okay, probably you're gonna have wrong. Especially the code is long, like this one is a little bit long. Lexical environment, we're going to have what thing? Foo is a function and have x undefined, right? Because here I defined it with a var, okay? And we do have outer is none, and nothing in TDZ, right? Then we go to execution phase. Okay, execution phase, skip, then I do this line, right? Then here we'll change to be 10, okay? Then I will have full 3. First, we'll check, do I have full? Yes, is the function. Because if not a function, you will have error. Okay, you have to be careful in the exam. Suppose it's not a function, I call it. You will say here have error. Got I mean? Okay. Function full. Okay, so we'll have a function full. Execution context. Did I record it? I recorded. Scare me. Okay, I recorded. Or scare you. Not me. Creation phase. Okay. Creation phase, lexical environment. So here, when we search for the variable declared with var, you don't need to look at the condition if it's true or false, because no matter it's true or false, no matter in the if or else condition, you just list all of them there. Okay. Got what I mean? So if here is also var, you don't need to care about the in the if statement or later statement. Put all of them there. Okay. So first, actually I did something. I jumped a step. First, you have to deal with this x. Okay. Here. Then all the parameters when you call it, you are treated as a local variable. Okay. So we have x3 here. Okay, then we do. I have a one y declared with a var, right? So we just add y undefined here. Do I have a function declaration? No. Do I have nothing else, right? Then we will have a thing, arguments. Arguments is 0 is 3, length is 1. Because arguments is an object, okay? And we do have one more, outer is none. Oh, sorry. Oh, out is global. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Then we will do execution, right? Oh, TDZ, I forgot. No, this M gonna be TDZ. Okay. No, TDZ. I do have M, but this one gonna become in the execution phase because this else gonna create a nice scope too. Okay. Only have M here. Okay. Anyway, I don't care about the TDZ. Okay. First, in this question, you don't need to draw it, okay? Second one, in the multiple choice, I already give it to you. That's not TDZ, okay? We go to execute, but we do have a TDZ M here, okay? Execution phase, right? Execution phase, we will do let M, okay? Then, hey, what's gonna happen? When I say let M, what's gonna happen? Yes, exactly. You're gonna have M undefined here. You got me? Okay. Then I console log x and y. This is my output. Okay. Do I have x? Yes, 3. Do I have y? Yes, undefined. Okay. If I have my own, I want to go to the global, which is the chain. Okay. And is x greater than 5? No. The x is not greater than 5. X is 3, right? So I'll go to else. Okay. The else actually, I have a z, right? The else will create another scope, which is a code block. Do you remember? Code block, I just never draw it. Okay, creation phase. Okay, creation phase, I have a lexical environment. Okay. And this lexical environment, you only have first time you TDZ, only have a thing, Z here. And we do have what? We do have outer. Outer is what? Full. Okay, exactly full. Then we don't have anything else, right? Then we go to execution phase. Execution phase, the first line, let z equals 10. So I'm going to add what thing? Z 10 here, okay? Then I assign z to m, right? First I have z at 10. Do I have m? No. Then I go to my outer. Outer will go to full. Do I have m here? Yes. Then this one change to be what? 10, okay?
If there was a var in else, it also have been defined in the.
You have to define it here. If here has standard var n equals 20, then n is here. Okay, it's not here. Okay.
So it only the scope execution only cover for
Late.
later.
Yes, only for late and const. Okay. So I finished this line, right? Then this score, this one should be pulled out. Okay, this is code block if can be pulled out. Okay. Then we'll do what? Then we'll do this one, x equals m, right? Do I have m? Yes, I have 10, right? Do I have x? Yes, I change this one to be what? 10. Then console log x, what's the 10. Do I have y? What's the value y? Undefined. Okay. Then I'm finished, right? Then I what's thing pop out. Okay.
This one. In the execution space, shouldn't we update that y value from undefined to 5?
What? No, I didn't. I never changed the y.
Y still has the value undefined, but when it is going to be 5, because it's not in the scope of if else.
It will never, it is never defined. It's only a because
I never changed this y because the y change this y is here.
it's less than 5, so you can.
X is less than 5. I only do else condition. I don't do y. I don't do this condition. Okay. You scared me. Okay. Finished. Okay. Because I only go this condition, right? I don't go here, so it's undefined. Okay. Let me finish, then we go. Okay. Okay. Let me finish. Okay. Because I cannot jump it. Okay. I finish this one. Let me finish. Okay. Then we open for question. I finish this one, just pop out, right? Then I finish this line already, right? Then I do this x. X do I have? Yes, 10. So it's 10. Like this way, right? Oh. What's the question at home? How about
The function point is missing. What would be happen that it's anywhere?
we don't have this one?
Yeah.
If we don't have this one, just x equal 10, then console log x is gonna be 10. What are you talking about? Okay, you are talking about if I don't have this line, then it seems you don't have this line.
It's over.
Okay, just have 10. Okay, you got me? Okay, okay, good. No, I'm tired to read. Okay, so this is one. Okay, you will have only one question like this. You just give me the answers. For this question, it's not in the exam. Set the interval. Okay, just a little bit. Just have a timer ID. You stop it. Okay, very easy. Then now let me show you the multiple choice question. Okay. What? We're going to a little bit late, guys. You have time. You can. I'm fine. Okay. Just I'm worried that you guys are tired. You know. Okay. So the multiple choice question going to be look like this way. Okay. I just put it down here. Okay. Let me put it down here. Let me put first. I go here. Format. I'll give you a piece of code. Okay. Let me make it to be next page break. Then I will do like this way. Oh, this one you can ignore. I didn't forget it in the exam. This one, okay. Then I will say A, and then outer. I just make some doesn't make sense. Okay, like a x 20, and I have a B. I have x is 20, and I have a B. A B something. Outer is global. Then x is 10, and something else. You know. This one is one. None of them correct. Okay, I haven't go through the correct answer. Okay, then you give me the answer. You got me? You choose the one matches. I will do all of them for you. Okay. Let me put in the. Let me put first I will put this one on the. I cut it. Okay. Control C. I put it here. Okay. Then I put it this part. Put this down here. You can ignore this. You can ignore this one. Okay. Okay. So what's the answer we expect for each one of them? Okay. Oh, in the exam, on one piece of code only related one of them. You want to ask, I want to ask you 6 of them. Okay, I will probably pick this one, then A, B, C option. Okay, you choose the correct one. Okay? Not the 6. Okay. So let's take a look at our draw at how would I do? It's better to put let me change the thing. Okay. I will put this one below here. Okay, I did it this way. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Okay, then we will first draw global, EC, and creation phase, lexical environment. No need to care about the TDZ. Okay, in like multiple choice, that don't need. What's the lexical environment after creation finish before execution start, right? So we just start a creation phase. What's gonna be function B, right? B function and X undefined and have outer yes none. So when you have option for this one, you should select select the answer, which is B, F, N. X is undefined and the outer the none. If you see this choice, choose it. Okay, got it. Other things, ignore them. Okay. Other things is to make sure you didn't get that correct detail. Okay. Okay. For this one, you cannot do it now because you have to wait before I pop out. Okay. So we continue execution. This one is skip, right? This one x20, we change this one to be 20. Then we execute the B function, right? You execute B, right? B. And
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Do we need to put the arguments also in the lexical environment?
Okay, great question. In global execution context, do we have arguments? No. Okay, only function.
Okay.
Only function have.
Okay.
Huh? If you have to put it there. But a global never doesn't have arguments. Arguments only exist in function.
Okay.
So now I have the B, right? I have a B creation. So here I have a lexical environment. What do we have? What do we have? A function, right? And TDZ, you don't need to care, okay? We don't care about TDZ. TDZ X, right? And then we do have what? Arguments, what's thing? Length is 0 and have outer is global, okay? That's my creation phase, right? So here, what's the lexical done after creation finish before this one? So here you should write what's thing. A is a function, arguments is what's thing? Length 0, okay, and outer is global. Then you choose this one, okay? Choose this answer. And then we will do execution phase, right? Execution phase, I will do x10, right? Move this one, x equal 10 here, right? And then we do A50, right? So do I have A? Yes, I have A. It's a function, right? If not, you say here have error, okay? Then we will do A, execution context creation phase. Okay, creation phase, lexical environment, we do have what's thing? X equals 50 because X are passed here 50. Then we do have arguments 0, 1, no 50. 50. Length is 1 exactly, and have outer is B. Okay, so I finished my creation phase, right? So then here for this question, okay, you have what's thing? X50 arguments, which is 0, 50, length is 1, and have outer is what thing? B. Okay, that's the answer. Then we do execution phase, right? Execution phase, what's the thing? What do you want? Console log X. Okay, console log X, which means I have 50 output. I don't care about it, okay, in the multiple choice. Then my execution phase is done, right? I'm ready to pop out, right? So that's the answer for this one. arguments. See here, after finish, just before pop out, okay. Arguments, what's thing? 050, 050 length is 1. Then outer is B. You got me? Then we pop out, okay? Pop out. Pop out. Pop out. Then we go, we finish this line, right? Then this one skip, right? When we skip, we finish the B, right? So this is answer on here, okay? The B. After your execution finish, before pop out, okay? So it's gonna be A function, arguments, what's the length is 0, okay? 0, outer, global, and have another one, which X is 10, okay? Then we pop out.
চ্যাট চেঞ্জ করে নেন, দুই চারে যে গ্যাপ রেখে গেছে এটার এক্সিকিউশন তো এটা শেষ না লিখতে হবে ছিল না।
Pop out, okay, pop out. After we pop out, did we finish this one? Oh, finish B, right? So we finish B. See here, just now finish B, right? Finish B. Then I'm ready to pop out my global execution context, right? That's the one, so you have to put it here. B function and X is not undefined, it's a 20 now. Outer is a none. Okay. So that the option, I'll give you some distracting options, and only one is the correct one. Okay. Then you select the correct one. Okay. Two of this question.
Professor, can you please repeat answer 6, question 6?
I couldn't repeat it. Watch the videos again. Okay.
Okay.
If you have a question, you can ask me tomorrow because we are running out of time. Okay.
Okay, Professor.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. This is one. I think I finished this one. Okay. Then let's go to. Do you guys want to continue?
Yes.
Okay. This keyword. Okay. This keyword is very simple. Only had one question. Yeah. This only one question. Okay. Which is this one. 4 points. Okay. This one only 4 points. I'll give you a piece of code. You find out the output and fix it with call apply those things. Okay. Let's just directly go to the slides. I don't want to go over because they're connected. I cannot separate. Okay. But only one question which look like this one. Print this. Let's take a look at this one, okay? Then we will go over the solution of the homework, okay? This is one of the homework, right? I will go over this one, then we go over the solution of homework. Q2. Format. The first way, let me run. In the exam, I give you a piece of code, right? You give me the answer like this one. You will read and show me the output in the console, okay?
Undefined John, undefined page.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. If you see error, you say here have error. Got me? Okay. Then we have to fix it because in the exam I say, okay, I want this one to be out group, not undefined. How to fix it? Okay. And you just need to do 2 ways. See the exam. Okay. I want to tell you now. Okay. Let's finish self pattern. Self pattern is what's the problem? The problem is what? This keyword doesn't have any problem. Okay. The problem is inside this function, this keyword has a problem, right? Here we have 2 functions because show list is a function. It actually method, but we call show list use group, right? That means inside the show list function directly. See here, when I use the console log this here, When I use console log this here, you will always get a group, right? The problem is inside this for each has another function. This place has a problem, right? So people do, I do apply here. It doesn't change anything because this keyword in show list is already referred to the group. The problem is here. Here has problem. You got me? Okay. So the first set self is very easy. I define variable called self and make it to be this because I know I'm calling show list based on a group. I know this going to be self. That's why this is a group. Okay. Okay. So then here I change to be what? Self, right? Let's see. You'll get it. Okay. So this is the first solution. Okay. First solution commented. Okay. You do by yourself. Okay. This is one very simple. Simple means not in the exam. Okay. Okay. The second one, another easy solution is what? Arrow function. Because we know this keyword in show list definitely is referred to as a group, right? And we know arrow function doesn't have its own. Space. Arrow function doesn't have its own this keyword, right? It will refer to the surrounding environment. Surrounding environment means what? The closed function. The closed function is this function, right? So this keyword now will refer to the same as I console log here, this here. So this is the second way. Okay, this is another way. Arrow function is easy. Okay, not in the exam. Okay. Then the only other option is the wrapper call and bind. Okay, got me? I removed some things to review. Okay, for you. And next one is one thing. Bind. Bind is easy. Okay, let's go. Let's go bind first. Okay. Bind. Okay. Let me revert it back. Okay. Function. The problem is where people are using bind here because, as I mentioned, show list this keyword doesn't have problem. The problem is this function, right? So where to use the bind call apply is where the function has this keyword problem, and you take a look at it. I have this keyword problem inside this function. So you do bind here. If you are not clear, you cut it out. Okay. Make it to be a function. F. You got me? Then this is a function, right? You can do what? You got me? Then no, we shouldn't have any problem. Okay. You have our group, right? You see here our group. And if you are very clear, that's what we did before. I see here. That's just originally what we have, right? Where you have problem, this function have this problem. So you change it here. You got it? Got it? See here. That's a bind. Okay. Take a look at, find out where you have this problem, then target to that function. Okay. This is the bind. Okay. In the exam. Apply. Okay. So if you can solve bind, you should be able to solve apply. Okay. But the problem is the difference between apply and bind is what? The bind will return another function, but apply will immediately call. After you call in this function, I don't have anything returned. You're gonna have undefined being returned, which is undefined register here, right? So normally when we use apply to solve this kind of problem, we have to plus what thing? Wrapper, okay? So not always, okay, but in this kind of situation, because for each expect us to have what? To have a function. If I directly give a call here, you want to get a function, you will have undefined being attached here, then you're gonna have error. Okay, so no, in this case, normally when we use apply or call, you are doing wrapper. Okay, to wrapper, how to do wrapper? Okay, first I show you the answer. How our group, right? If you don't understand, let's explain one by one. Here, I'm going to have a student, right? Then I'll do something, right? I will do this piece of code, right? So let's see, okay. I define function, how about I define function here, okay? This is my function, right? I will do what thing? Apply, right? You got me? This is the wrapper, right? And this is my function to apply because this keyword in this function, I will have problem, right? I do function, which is entire thing. See, previously, this function I add bind, right? So it's the same function, you add what thing? Apply. Then you change this keyword, okay? This keyword and this one is the same value, right? Okay, now I have to pass what? I have to pass this student to here, right? You got me? Because here I ask for another parameter. How to pass parameter? I have to use array. And this stu gonna become here, right? Do you get it? Because if I do like this way, you're gonna have error because here. So you're gonna have error. Okay, suppose I do this one. After I apply this, you're gonna have what thing? Undefined is not a function because for each expect you have a function. You give me undefined. Why is it undefined? Because the return value of this function is undefined. Okay, which means like this way. Previously, I used bind, it works, right? It was, but now I change to be apply. Doesn't work. Why? It's because for each expect to give a function, and you give what thing? You give undefined because this function return undefined. If I use see here, if I return hello, and just do like this way, you will see here is not undefined. Here with this value, okay. Do you see here? Because that's what you returned to be registered in the for each. If you still don't understand, just accept and lose 2 points, okay? I couldn't have a better way to understand to teach you, okay?
So, I mean, we can define that function outside and we can pop it inside the points, right?
Yeah.
It's also possible.
Yes, the thing I do like this way is for help you to understand, okay? If let me f dot apply, then I have to pass stu here, right? Okay, if let me write, okay, I will do like this way. Yo, cannot, okay, sorry, cannot. Sorry, oh, I can do, actually I can do, but not necessary, okay? Forget about me, what am I saying, okay? I can do it, okay? But then cannot change, okay? Just do like this way. Okay? You can make this one copy and paste here, okay? So this is one. And if we can do apply, then we can do call, okay? The call is to what? The call. The only change with the call is what? Here, you remove these two things and make this one to be a call. Okay, that's a call. Did we finish? Yes, finished, right? Finished, okay. Not as difficult as this one. You just be familiar with the set timeout that one. Okay, it's a set timeout that one. Okay, understand me? It's a set timeout that one. Okay. If you don't understand, just forget about it. Make sure you understand a set timeout that one. Okay. Now let's do another. Yeah, not this one. This one. How about let's finish? Okay, we're almost there. Okay, one more. Okay. Let's finish. Okay. Then we can do meditation at home. Okay, for this one, before I'm going to this one, I want to explain something first, okay? The something is called a higher order function. You should see inside Java. Java have a higher order function, which function, what is higher order function? You define function. And this function may accept arguments, the type is a function, accept another function or return another function. So take a look at here. M and okay, and let's add another one. M and L, okay. If L, M, else, and now I want to call F, okay? I have to give this one, this one, this one, right? So now what's the type of value I expect for M? Function, why is function? I call it, okay? So here I have to give function. Suppose I give 1, 1, 2, okay? We are going to get an error. See here, M not a function because I give 1, M is 1, right? 1, you cannot call it. You have to give function. What kind of function? Function expression, error function, what's that? Function declaration, doesn't matter. Give function, I give function to you. Okay. You want to give function? Okay, I give function to you. Hello. Hi, okay. This is a function, right? This is gonna be the value of M, okay? How about N? N still need to be a function, right? If it asks you to give a function, you give a function. This one, let's use another one, another function, okay? Console.log. Hello. What's type of N? Sorry, L. Anything. Okay, because it's a true C, false, anything. Okay, you can give true, false, you can give 1, 2, 3, 4, you can give non-undefined. Suppose I give undefined. Undefined is a false. False is gonna execute N. Got me? You can also give function. Function. Gonna have high. Because function is a true C. Okay, so it's true gonna execute this one. So N doesn't matter. Got me? And you have to understand this one first in order to understand here okay and fail. Got it? So let's do this one. Unfortunately, I don't have the code here, so I have to type it. Q, what's the 3? Function ask password, right? What's the okay, fail, okay? And const password. Suppose I get it from somewhere, okay? Rockstar, okay? I don't do promote, okay? Hard coded, do you understand? Hard coded here. Okay. If password, then I will do what's thing? Okay. Is it called okay? Oh yes, okay. Okay. Password equal to Rockstar. Not a Rockstar, okay. Rockstar. I will do okay, right? Else I will do no, sorry. Okay, call it. And here I will do fail, call it, right? Except this one is promote, you receive that password, understand me? Do you get me? Okay. Then I have a thing, user login. Okay. I have a const user equals name is John. And I have a login, okay? Is it called login, okay? Function, what's thing? Console.log. This start name logs in, okay? Look at this. And I have another one called login fail, right? Something, okay. Function console.log. This start name failed. Okay. And the problem is what's thing? The problem is this one. When I call ask password, I pass u.login, okay. Login, okay. And the user dot login fail. We want to get this dot John, right? That's our problem. Node Q3. See, I will get an undefined file, right? If I here I give rock star, you will get what thing? Undefined logs in, right? We expect to have a John logs in or John failed, right? The problem is what? We lost this keyword. The reason is this is I'm here is am I calling the login okay? I'm not calling the login okay, okay? This is a reference to this one, okay? This is a reference to this function. Eventually, how did I call this this function? I'm using this one. This one is kind of like if I call in the window, it's gonna be calling in the window. You got me? Because if I call like this way, we won't have any problem. Okay. We'll have John logs in, right? But when I do like this way, I'm not calling the function. I just pass the function around. I just pass, you can consider what, you pass this function till here. You got me? When I call this function, did I call using any dot something before that? No. So you don't have this keyword. This keyword, if I run in the window, it's gonna become what? Window. Okay, but I'm running in Node. Okay, do you get it? Okay, and then what's gonna happen? The student, when the student, okay, oh, I have this keyword problem. Oh, I do here. When we do ask password or bind this or apply this or some sorry, user, okay, bind user, apply the user, call user. What are this line doing? This line doing is when inside a password, ask a password function, you have this keyword problem. And suppose here I have this keyword here. You are trying to bind the user to this keyword. You understand me? But in my ask password, do I have this keyword? No, I don't have this keyword. So it's not the place you put ask, you put bind, apply, call on ask password. Because the problem is not here, right? The problem is where? The problem is this function, which is this part and this part, right? So you have to be clear the code when you write it. When you write the code, you have to understand what you are doing, okay? So here, this one, the first one, bind is easy, right? Right? Because bind will return another function to me. I expect a function. And then I type this keyword into this user, right? So I don't have any problem. Focusing, okay? Because I always rock star, okay? And now let's do another one. What kind of error you gonna see?
Both of them are running.
You will see both of first run, then you will see something not okay, it's not a function. Because I'm going to execute this one and the returned value gonna be put here. This line of code is actually execute 3 steps, okay? This line of code is actually using first step is execute this one, okay? And the result, get a result. Second step, doing this one, doing this line, okay? And the third step is doing ask password and then RES1, RES2. You got it? This one line is actually doing this 3 line. Okay, that's why when we execute this one, we'll see what thing logs in. When we execute this one, we'll see failed. And what's the value of RES1? Undefined, exactly. Why is it undefined? Because see here, I return nothing. If you don't have return statement, it's gonna be undefined. So that's undefined, undefined. So here has undefined, undefined. That's why here I say OK is not a function because you pass undefined here. Undefined is here, undefined here. You got it? Okay. Then in this case, we have to wrap it. Wrap it, right? You have John logs in, okay? And say if you apply it exactly same, okay, apply. Apply, okay. And if people will say I use the wrapper by itself, it's also fine, okay? So like this, right? You wrapper without it call apply. Oh, sorry, my bad. You have 3 John logs in. That's it. Let me see next question. Oh, this one already did. Okay. Good luck. If you still have question, what I suggest is after class you write by yourself first, okay? And if you still have question, ask me tomorrow, okay? Because so far with that you try by yourself, I couldn't explain more, okay? You try by yourself tomorrow, okay? If you have more question, let me know tomorrow. We finished core context, right? Let's see last one, okay? Last one, you do have a multiple choice question, which is inheritance related to, I forgot, okay. Just somewhere have a multiple choice question, inheritance this one. Oh, that's one, remove this one, okay. Move to trash. I did a few changes. I did a little bit change on this one. You download the latest one, okay. This one has one multiple choice question. I just give you a piece of code. You tell me the output, and the output is one of the option. Okay, you got me? No theory, no theory. No, what is the prototype? Okay, no. Just I give you a piece of code, and you will see console log or something. Okay, and what's the output? What's the result? I give A, B, C, D. The option you just choose that one. Okay. The other question is what's the thing? Is like this. I give you a piece of code. You draw the thing. That's it. Let me lecture. This one is what's the, this one is execution context. Okay. Lesson 7. Lecture 7. Only one question. Okay. Set timeout with this keyword. That's it. No other question. Okay. Lecture 8. Today is 8, right? Inheritance, which is object.create plus what's the constructor function, okay? One multiple choice question. If I'm wrong, then the one, if I have 2 multiple choice, the other one, no matter you correct or wrong, I will mark it correct, okay? I remember only one. Multiple choice question, what's the thing? Oh, give some code, console log, okay? What's the result? You got me? Okay, what's the result? And the second question is draw diagram, draw prototype inheritance diagram. Okay, like this. Okay, that's it. Any more questions you guys have?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no STC question. Okay. Okay. Oh, so that's gonna be a bonus question. No STC. I already printed the exam. Okay. There's no bonus question. I'm lazy to grade. Sorry. Okay, I will give all the things. I put everything, all the things I have covered in the what's thing in the midterm exam. Okay, also the notes there.
Yes.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow.
Correct.